The moment you decide to start a podcast or produce a podcast for somebody else, there's hundreds of things you've got to think about. You've got the audio, you've got the research, the description, the hosting, the logo, the artwork, everything. In this video though, I want to talk about, do you need a website for your podcast? Hi, it's Mike from Casefile and Casefile Presents. On this channel I'm releasing videos on podcasting. If you enjoy the content, you can hit the like button. One of the things that no doubt you'll think about when you start a podcast is, should I have a website for the podcast? I mean, you already have the feed, you've got the podcast out there. Why then spending the effort and money on making the website? Which in the beginning, I agree, can be a distraction from the process of actually making the podcast. In a digital age, if you're self-employed, if you're running a business, then website is a no-brainer. It's your business card. You've got to have one. But what about when you're employed? When you're not running a business? Well, in my opinion, if you're a hobbyist or you've got some kind of interest, maybe photography, maybe writing, then you should still have a website if you can, even if it's just for your sort of personal things, because in today's age, a website is your calling card. And it's kind of the same with podcasting. Is it essential for you to have a website? You've got that feed, you've got the episodes out, then no, it's not essential. But if you would have to choose having a website or not having it, then I always choose having the website. Because even if you produce a limited series, 10 episodes and that's it, the website will provide you just this one space when you can have all the information, all your episodes, maybe additional notes, contact number, and an easy way for people to share your creation, your podcast with others. But if you decide to have one, it's not easy, especially if you're not a web designer. So for example, with Casefile, the website's built in WordPress on a Divi theme, and it's not easy, it wasn't easy to create. So if you'd like to have something like that, then unfortunately you've got to hire someone and pay someone to do it. But that kind of website that we got for Casefile is kind of complicated. There are a lot of pages there, and that's not necessarily what you need when you're starting out. So the option for beginners is then using services such as Wix or Squarespace, or I'm sure there are others as well, and they offer sort of all-in-one. So they offer you the theme, the hosting, the builders. So even people who aren't experienced with web design can quickly create something, and they do have a lot of themes for podcasts. Now remember, this kind of websites, this kind of services come with a lot of limitations, but they can be a good choice if you're starting out, if you just want to have something out there. Another option is some hosting services, podcast hosting services, offer web pages for your podcast. So you'll get a page when you have the description of your show, your episodes, and maybe space for some extra information. So you can have a look at that as well. And that could be a good place where you can start with a simple web page. I view websites as sort of digital business card, as a calling card. I have my own website. It's not necessary, it shouldn't distract you from making your podcast, but have that plan in place, at least think about it. And there, like I said, there are different ways you can create these websites. Let's have a look at ours. So Casefile is kind of complicated. There's a lot of sub-pages, a lot of categories there. But if you look at Casefile Presents, and where we list our other shows, and if we click on some of them, you can see they're kind of simple one-pagers. So you've got your contact information, additional information as well as all the episodes in one sort of room, then, like I said, I've got my own website as well, but similarly that's built in WordPress on Divi. It's kind of complicated. There's a lot of sub pages there, but there are a lot of options for podcasters, and the themes that you can find at they are usually pretty simple. Of course, with us, we have a team of people that help us with these digital assets. So it's easy for me to say, well, just get a website. Again, if you're just starting out and it's just you on your own, focus on making your podcast, focus on producing the podcast, and then worry about all of these other things later on. Don't sort of jump on everything at once. You'll be a distraction. But have a plan in place, at least think about it. That's it for today. Mike Migas. If you enjoyed the content, you can check the rest of my channel. For now, you can share, like, or subscribe, and I'll see you later.